some business show in RVA.
Mike King is in the business. Mike King is in the business. Mike King is in the business. Mike King is in the business, man.
Mike with Mike from Michael Mikes. From the Michael Mikes. Michael Mikes. My name is Isabella and you're listening to Mike King Biz. Hubby, that's my scam.
I enjoy listening to On the Mic with Mike every day.
That's what I do.
On the Mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond, 106.1, 5 to 7 a.m. That's what I do. We are here talking business, life, and everything in between. We are the top rated business. We're the only business radio program here in the city of Richmond, Central Virginia here. So we'd like to thank our show sponsors. Hey, we got to give a shout out to good friends down at Brunswick Economic Development, as well as Henrico EDA, Rob White Fast Signs, Tom Children Credit Card Guy, Mama Michelle's Cafe, Chris Mayfield, as well as a number of others. We'd like to thank them for their support, Andy Taylor and Junk Luggers as well. We're here with Coach Miller. So he's a friend of the family. He came back again. Coach, welcome back.
Guess who's back?
Guess who is back? But see, now a lot's changed since you were rolling with us the last time. Shout out to your old home, MBL. So you were there when we were over at WJFN Radio. You came in dropping knowledge on us, but since then you have morphed over to a new home. I'm just a humble talk show host. All I'm doing is living my life. All of a sudden I see a name of a credit union popping up all over the place that I'd never heard of before. And who it is, Coach Miller out there talking about them. Really quickly, let's start with the elevator pitch. Who are you and what you do?
I am Coach Miller. I am small business member advocate for People's Advantage Federal Credit Union. And I'm also a bridge board, professional board for the MBL's vice chair. So they're still home, still my folks over there. And I'm also the athletic director for Crenshaw Athletic Association. So shout out to them.
Hence the name Coach Miller.
Out here trying to coach on every level I can.
All righty. So the credit union, let's start with them. Who are they? What do they do? Because you guys got some really interesting ideas and plans of what you're doing.
Yeah. So People's Advantage Federal Credit Union. So we're located in Petersburg, Virginia. We are dedicated to serving the underserved, underbanked, credit challenged population, especially on the consumer side. We are about to start doing the same on the small business side in the form of micro lending first and foremost, and then we'll develop a host of other products for small business owners that are looking to either get started or scale up their business and, may have had some obstacles or roadblocks in doing so.
So we got Mike and Coach Miller is here with us as well. Where are you guys located? Where are you?
So we're in Petersburg and Colonial Heights. However, our charter covers as far west as Cumberland County, as far north as Ashland, as far east as King and Queen County, as far south as Sussex, anything in between. There's definitely a need and a want to be in the Richmond MSA as well. So we're here for, Central Virginia, basically. And I mean the entirety of it. So
you're here. And so People's Advantage Credit Union has been on the consumer side forever.
Since 58.
Okay, which is forever because I came into existence in 59. So I know how long forever is. So, but now going over to the business side, and like you said, you guys are talking micro loans. You're talking about people who may be outside the system as far as banking goes, giving an option, giving opportunities for the smaller guy. Let's talk about when you talk about micro loans, when you talk about business lending for people who may not fit the guidelines for traditional lenders.
So basically, we just open up the guidelines. We understand that life is life, and we look at the picture holistically. So, and what that said is both from a consumer and commercial, aspect. We're not just going to look at, the cookie cutter way of deciding who gets an opportunity. We look at everything involved, and we're here to make sure that we provide opportunity, not be a hurdle or obstacle to it. So
And so for businesses, you're out there, like you say, doesn't have to be traditional business. You don't have to have everything buttoned up. I mean, it needs to be buttoned up, but you guys are looking for people who color outside the lines. Maybe they aren't as tight as they should have been in the past, but they're trying to restore some order in their life.
So to be specific, so you would have to be a legal business. We want you registered with the SEC, registered with your locality as a business license, taxes in order, things of that nature, have your paperwork right. But then we also look at, you have a business plan, what's your revenue like? What's your relationship with the credit union? What is all the information that we can consider before we make a decision? Not just, this one thing, and then if you don't fit the criteria, then get out of here. Like we're gonna work our hardest to make sure that the underserved underbanked community has a shot.
So when you're talking about paperwork in order, you had brought up things even like Cash App and PayPal, all of those things that people are getting money. You're telling them, hey, have your stuff in order because we may be able to help you, whereas the traditional banks in those places may just look at you and take a real pass. But besides that, you also have the training that you guys talk about.
Yeah. So we do credit consultation for those that are sole proprietors and single member LLCs. And, we want to get into, borrowing, as a personal guarantor, things of that nature. But we're not just saying, hey, have your stuff in order when you get here. We have tools to help you get your stuff in order. We can pull that credit report and go over it with you. We have a whole team that, does it on a day-to-day basis and show you the steps for getting your financial life right, personal and business wise. But then from there, once you're qualified, once we can get you some funds to get your business scaled up, we're going to make sure that that business and that those transactions are reported to, the Equifax and Experience of the world so you can build business credit. So we're trying to make sure that the underserved, underbanked communities are able to come in wherever they're at from a financial perspective. We can assist them and put them on that roadmap towards being a sufficient business owner. So if you come to me and you got a business idea, and you don't have collateral, and your personal side isn't in the right order, we're gonna have a conversation. And I'll send you to somebody like my guy Deontay. I got his card.
Okay, that's right. We got to shout out Deontay. There we go. That's what we
he'll
do
be
here.
manning the Empowerment Center down in Petersburg. Where's his card? Deontay Barkley. So you go see a guy like Deontay.
Wait a minute, you just can't.
No. I'm gonna let you do it, but
you can't throw his name out there. But you got to let us know how we can find him.
Oh yeah. So that's his card, and you can give out the information. But just to finish the thought, you'll go and you holler at Deontay. He'll get your personal side in order. Then he'll send you right back to me, and we're gonna look at your business plan. We're gonna look at the idea and what you're trying to get done, and then we're gonna walk you through the phases to get you up and going. So we dubbed it Finance 360. Where you at, where you trying to get to, wherever you show up is where we're gonna start walking with you at until you get to your destination. Well, yeah, you can go ahead and shout out my man Deontay Barkley.
All right, so Deontay Barkley, he out there doing some big things, like you said. He'll help you get your personal stuff in order so you can come back to the other side and start working business magic.
Mm-hmm.
Because those two go hand in hand as a sole proprietorship or a single person LLC. That's what's going to happen. You need to have everything in order so you can reach him 804-748-3081, extension 753, and D. Barkley at People's Advantage FCU. .org. We got to make sure we got that .org in there. All righty. So, Mr. Miller, I know you as a people person. You're the dude who knows that guy. You know everybody.
Not yet.
Well,
but I'm working on it.
You're working on it. You know a ton of people.
Yeah.
And there's a value in knowing people. So as you say, your journey to the credit union was not because you came up in a banking world. The value to the credit union was, Mr. Miller knows a bunch of people and he knows how to get stuff done. So a person who's out there let's talk about the journey. When you see people out in the street, people got great ideas. How do you make that happen? Because everybody has an idea, everybody has a dream, and everybody doing more talking than doing.
So for me, connectivity is key. I don't know everything. I only know what I know. So the only way I'm gonna learn more is I go and connect with people that are smarter than me, that are, have information I don't. And I've been very blessed to run into people who are willing to give me information and help me and guide me, along the way and along the path. And so it's just paying it forward. That's what we do. So if anybody comes to me for anything, if it's within my reach and I can make it happen, then it's done, because I want to see people succeed. Like, I want people to be successful. I want them to kind of, reach and attain their dreams. Just like, we came to you a couple years ago. We was like, man, we got this thing called Bridge. We trying
You
to
got
do
a
this thing.
dream.
Yeah, he was like, come on, let's talk about it. And since then, we've been able to build the bridge up into, I feel like a force, or a burgeoning force. So that's what I want to be. Is I want to be a conduit to success and people's happiness, man.
Explain to the people what the bridge is, because I don't think people get that.
So the bridge is actually the Metropolitan Business League's professional board. It's chaired by Ryan Bolden, who's been leading us from day one.
Shout out to Ryan Bolden.
Yeah.
You guys are doing some really big things, but you guys as a whole on the board are tight.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I've known Ryan, decade, almost 2 decades now. It's been some time, but now, through his leadership, we've been able to add, representatives from Meta, individuals who have started their own. Like, we have Bennifer of Macrom Gigs. She does hosting, web design.
Shout out to Bennifer. Yeah, she's
all of this in one.
Yeah.
She's a one-stop shop for basically IT, man. She's built that over the course that we've been building up the bridge, and she's been instrumental in building the bridge. So we've been stacking up this team of Avengers almost. Shout out to Phil Noel from and his marketing firm. We have Shanice Bradshaw, who does social media marketing for the NBL. Alexa Lightfoot, who is the queen of youth entrepreneurship.
Yes, she is.
We've brought all these people to the table, and we just finished our Swipe Right event last week. So, and all we're doing with that is just introducing business owners to business owners to try to open up the information highway, resource highway, right? Because we all out here trying to live out our dreams and make a buck from it. So how do we help each other? We just come together in politics.
It's about the energy that you guys roll with. I just look at you guys as the young Thundercats out there just making magic happen. Let's talk about picking the right people the people you want to roll with. That's important.
Hey, man, energy is big, but also, you look at people's actions, like, and, a mutual friend of ours, I look at somebody like Frida Reynolds down in Brunswick County, right? Just absolutely powerful. And so when, I got a chance to speak with her, she didn't withhold any information. She was willing to introduce me to whoever she knew. She was willing, to kind of be a mentor and to be a help. And my search to kind of expand the NBL imprint from Petersburg and all the way out through the Tri-Cities and beyond that. And so I knew when I ran into her and got to talking to her that she was about her business and she was acting on the things that she was saying. And so those are the people you want to connect with. Like a Mike King, right? You what you say, you do. You say you're gonna be the center of, the business ecosystem here. I've seen you stand next to everybody in the business ecosystem.
We making it happen. You know what? People are having a good time. I mean, we're talking business, life, everything like that. Antonio is here with us from People's Advantage Credit Union. Make sure you go check the folks out right there. They're doing big things on the consumer side. They'll help you get your life in order. Yeah. So really quickly, how can people find the credit union? So
People's Advantage People's Advantage ADVFCU on Instagram, on Facebook. You can just go to the website and all the information is there. You can call out. You can reach out to me, Coach Miller. I'll facilitate a connection to anybody you want to meet on our team, to get your finances in order. The Empowerment Center will be open next month down in Petersburg across from the Cameron building. So if you're in the Tri-Cities area, we shouted out Deontay earlier, man. Go holler at him. Go check him out because he's about to do a lot of good work in that area. But yeah, social media, you can call up whichever way works for you. You reach out and I'll make sure that we get connected.
On the Mike ESPN Richmond is part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, which is ESPN Richmond 106.1 to 5 to 7 a.m. The Choice 105.3 every day from 2 to 3, as well as International Business Growth Radio. Mr. Miller, let's talk about the energy and what the streets are saying. How people are doing out in the streets? What's the state of young folks' business, the energy that's hitting the streets now?
I think if I'm speaking for the millennials and the young people, I see a lot of hunger. I see a lot of people trying to get to it. I see a lot of expansion from millennials, man. Like, I see a willingness to go out and work hard too, and to work with each other. So that's refreshing too. I see a lot of people like coming together to kind of put out ideas, and so that's refreshing to me because you need that connectivity, you need that teamwork. But I feel like it's a renaissance all over. It's the 20s all over in Richmond and soon to be Petersburg. So I'm all for it. I wanna be right there in the thick of it.
So on the mic with Mike. So we talked to two of the three mayors down in the Tri-City. So we had Mayor Kachuba on a while back. We had Mayor Parham a couple weeks ago
Shout out to Mayor Parham.
when we met at the Poplar Springs Hospital. Shout out to those guys down there. They're doing some outstanding work. Mar and the crew, Misty, you guys are doing a great partners of On the Mic with Mike and supporters of us. So they are also responsible for the chamber coming back. So hope Poplar
Shout
Springs,
out to John Brand.
John Bretton. John Bretton knows everybody.
Yeah.
And he is like the one Pied Piper of talking about what's happening in the Tri-Cities. There is a lot of business opportunities in the Tri-Cities, a lot of activities going on down there. Let's talk about the business climate that you guys see down in the Tri-Cities.
Oh man, that's a unpolished gem. I think down in the Tri-Cities, and so just to back up, if you just look at the 95 corridor and you look at the development of Richmond, I'm from Richmond and I've been in this area my whole life. So if you just look at the growth here, and it's already reaching Colonial Heights, it'll go down and it'll reach, the Dinwoody's, it slips my mind. What's the county right there? City Point, Hopewell. So you'll see it develop down the 95 corridor, and it's going to hit Petersburg, and it's going to look amazing. And there's what I really like about that area. There's a ton of nonprofits that are out there doing real community work, and that's the one thing that excites me because a lot of times we don't give the nonprofit sectors enough attention, and enough shine. Like one in particular, there's a young lady, and she's really dynamic, Michelle Harris from Elijah's Purpose. So she works with
with the mother to the baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vanessa Terry's sister.
Yeah. So
Okay.
These are like very dynamic people down in the Tri-Cities area, Ettrick area, and they're out doing work and bootstrapping it and kind of getting it, not kind of getting it done.
They're getting it done.
So I'm really excited about the nonprofit sector in that particular area. And next month we're gonna get with the NBL and do an event for nonprofits to make sure that they understand how to go about accessing and searching for grants, things of that nature.
On the mic, ESPN Richmond 106.1. We got to go away for a moment, pay some bills. So it's on the mic with Mike. Mike is here. Coach Miller's here. People's Advantage Federal Credit Union, talking about the great things that they're doing. We got to take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, this is Andy with Junk Luggers.
RV, this is the Tam. You know another guy named Mike? Make sure you check out my main man, Mike King Biz. Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 a.m. on Sports 106.1. On the mic with Mike is the champion of business talk radio. You're starting to irritate me.
The king of RVA Business Talk Radio on ESPN 106.1 FM, The Choice 105.3, and worldwide on IBGR.network.
Would you join me, please, in welcoming
Mike King Biz Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are the undisputed leader of Business Talk Radio in the Central Virginia area. I'm here with Mike King. I'm joined with my man, Coach Miller of
People's Advantage Federal Credit Union.
See, I threw him off right there. He didn't know that was coming. So in the studio, you don't know how things work around here. People don't get it. So we're in here talking, chatting it up, and walks Dr. Danny, the world famous Dr. Danny of the Women's Business Resource Center.
Shout out to Dr. Danny.
She is a public speaker. She is the dynamic leader of the Women's Business Resource Center, taking Richmond by storm, helping small business owners out there do all kinds of great things. That's the connection with you guys right there. She is also one of the dynamic ladies of Women Speaking Sports, RVA. They they give you sports in a way that people just have not seen it before. Dynamic women with big personalities, talking sports, not talking fluff. They talking sports.
All right.
There they go. So women speaking
Jordan
sports.
Nicole. No.
Exactly. So he's a coach too. That's why they call him Coach Miller. All right, he's out there shaving people's lives. All right, Coach Miller. Let's talk about, you guys are talking small business lending. We got a couple minutes left. The highlights of what you guys are doing out at the credit union and how can people engage you?
All right. So starting April, we're doing micro lending for small businesses. We're going to onboard, those Cash App, Zelle, whatever type businesses that are out there. We're trying to give them an on-ramp to a financial institution that's going to have their back and look at their picture holistically, opposed to, just a set in stone kind of concrete list of requirements. We're really trying to give the underserved, underbanked, credit compromised population a chance to, get into the business arena and do some damage. So, we're going to kick it off in the Tri-Cities, come on up 95 through Richmond throughout our charter and, put on as many people as we can.
Well, and you guys are doing some things down in Brunswick as well.
Yeah, so through the NBL, the Brunswick initiative is full force. Alfreda Reynolds and Micah and the Metropolitan Business League, they're doing an incredible job with that, and we'll continue to support that as well.
How can people find you out there, Coach?
Coach Miller info on everything. And you can give me a call or text me directly, 804-868-9375. Phone's always on, always working.
That's these young guns out. These young Thundercats, the phone is always working. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Making magic happen. Really quickly, your board is dynamic. Shout out to those guys.
Shout out to Ryan Bolden. Shout out to Benefit Annie Mac, Rom Giggs, Kim Price. Shout out to Philip Noel, a new board member, Vanessa Terry of Notary to Notary.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, Young Dolph, his name is Adolph. So I can't remember his last name. He's the guy there.
Did you have the closing line, Young Dolph? One of my ESPN Rich, I'm getting a wrap up. Dr. Danny's here, Coach Miller's here. We got to go. I'm getting a wrap. Thanks. Now take care, folks.